Okay, welcome back to Let's Play Gold Rush. This is Scott, and we are appropriately standing right outside of the docks, or on the docks, I guess, right outside the ship, because this time we are going to California via sea, or at least in part. We are going to be taking the Panama route. Now, the Panama route actually spends most of its time in Panama, not too much on the ship. I don't actually believe there's even too many playable areas, if any at all, on the ship, and this is well before there was actually a Panama Canal, so we have to cross through the country itself, and then we catch another ship which will take us to California. We'll see what we have in store for us on this leg of the journey. This is part 2 or 3 of getting over to the actual fort where we left off last time on the stagecoach portion, and once we get through all 3 versions of the route to California, we will actually explore the fort and the area around there, pan for some gold, and see where the storyline takes us. Now, I am stopping here, or starting here, I should say, because we missed something last time, which actually you need to get the points, and you also need to do it in order to be able to purchase tickets to get to California by sea for either route. So we're going to look at a poster, which is in the warehouse right next door to the ship, and it tells us that bound for California, the New York-built steamer Seafarer now has all her cargo engaged and will have a prompt dispatch by ticket from Leonard at 12 Front Street. Now, where is 12 Front Street, you might ask? Well, pardon me for that. 12 Front Street is actually very close to where we lived. In fact, it is right next door to where we lived. So we are going to head over there, and I'm going to pause the game until we get there. Okay, folks, we're here. Sorry for the delay in the pause. I once again forgot what the hotkeys are. But now, as we see, this guy actually will come out of his house now that we've read that poster. And Leonard says, "I've been getting some business for my poster in the warehouse. Jared, what can I help you with today?" So I guess that's a hint that we had to look at the poster to trigger this event. And we are going to buy a ticket from this gentleman, from Leonard. "You'll never find a cheaper time to travel, Jared." Also a hint that it's good to buy before the gold rush. And there is room on the ship. The routes to California are around the Cape Horn or by way of Panama. The prices are $900 for Panama and $650 for the Cape route. Are you interested in a ticket? Yes. And we want to go through Panama. Cost is $900. Yes. Pay. Here's your ticket. I hope you strike it rich. Alright, so that is that. And we're going to go, we have 4 minutes to get there, I believe. That's actually, I apologize, it leaves at 18 after, so we have plenty of time. And I think I actually have this game in fast mode right now, which isn't the problem. I don't think we're cheating too much. I think we would be able to get back and forth pretty well. In any event, you've already seen a sort of race against the clock, and I am not going to show you the ship sailing off, but it's actually kind of funny, or I don't know, necessarily funny. It's funny if you actually want to catch it. I think it happened to me a few times that you could be standing at one part, especially if you're up in the graveyard trying to take care of business there and see the ship departing, and that is a tough break for you. What we're going to do, though, is I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to actually make sure I finish up all the tasks before heading out. However, I'm going to do that off video because you've already seen it last video. One of the things, too, I actually found another sort of walkthrough. There weren't too many online, but it was actually a list of all the points you get. And it does not actually list the talking to Mr. Quail. So either that's some glitch in the game that just left in something they didn't intend to leave in. And if you're, let me finish my thought. Sorry about that. A glitch, or maybe there's a bonus point or something, or just some bonus area. But whatever it is, I don't know what to say to him, if there is anything to say to him, but it is certainly not necessary at all for getting maximum points, or certainly completing the great game. What I was going to say when I was going to interrupt myself, rudely I guess, was that if you recall, this guy looks very similar to the guy who sells you oxen at the Independence, Missouri, in the stagecoach version of the game. So I guess this is his brother. Anyway, we didn't come here last time. You can buy shovels, you can buy pickaxes, you actually buy all the stuff on credit. The thing is, in all the versions, you don't get to keep any of the stuff. You either get robbed, I think, or they have to lighten the ship's load, or they have to lighten the stagecoach's load. So you don't get any of it going to California. So there's no point in actually purchasing it. But there is one thing you do need to purchase, and you do need to purchase it really only if you are going to Panama. and so we got a net, and that essentially is a mosquito net. Actually, will protect us from dying from the mosquitoes. I guess malaria. Does that sound right? Probably. Though it sounds like something that's more afflicts people in Africa. But in any event, whatever disease they carry, you need it to save yourself. And I was told you actually get points for buying the orange here, even though you don't need it until we get on the. Oh, pardon me. And he says, you reply, yes. The young man continues, I've heard rumors about gold in California. I figure since you work at the newspaper office, you might know if they were true. You answer to the best of your knowledge. This time the rumors are just that, rumors. That's what I thought. But if they're true, and I hope they are, I'd be on my way today. That's kind of a hint that you actually have to make the purchase here before the gold rush is declared. Otherwise, this guy heads out, and it doesn't really matter too much for the other routes, but it does matter for it does matter if you're taking the Cape Horn route, because you need the orange to ward off scurvy on that trip, not cholera. There's nothing you can do to avoid that. It's just one of the random things that happens in the game, which, as we found out, can be somewhat irritating, particularly when you have to restart. So hopefully we don't find any of those little neat negative Easter eggs. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take care of gaining the rest of the points that we can get before leaving town, and I will meet you back on the ship. So I'm going to pause for a second, and hopefully on time this time. Okay, folks, we're back. As you can see, the elapsed time is actually only 10 minutes and 7 seconds, but I believe I was wrong when I said you had to actually wait for it to be 18. It'll leave at 18, but I believe you can just show your ticket. So we're going to find out. Also, if you look at the upper left-hand corner, you'll see we have the 60 out of 60 points. What I did was, thanks to a couple of fans writing in, I actually saw it, figured it out too, I think from reading one of the walkthroughs, that you can actually... you have to read the postmark on the envelope to get the points, and I believe, and reading the sign too gets you the points, and that also, I think purchasing the orange gives points, I'm not sure. So we may actually end up with more than 60 points if we get points for actually showing our ticket and boarding the ship. I'm not sure about that. In any event, I guess that's where the points are. I don't know about Mr. Quail, kind of a weird thing in the game. Anyway, we're going to board the ship and get going, and we will get out of Brooklyn for the second time, and I'm back on normal speed again, so the time is elapsing, though I don't think it's a big deal. Crewman says the ship is ready to go. We have been waiting for you. Let's get going. All aboard. You have 60 out of 60. Congratulations. Alright. Thanks to those who wrote in, and thanks to the walkthrough, and I believe it was the first time I got the congratulations playing this game. I think I always left something behind. Probably never looked at the postmark before. I don't know if I knew you could do that or not. Alright, and somewhat slowly makes its way out. I think if... I'm trying to turn my sound up, it's not working, but I think maybe when you first leave or something... Oh, here it goes. It plays Anchors Away, My Boy, I believe the Navy's song. I don't know if you can pick it up off the microphone at all. Sometimes the PC speakers works a little bit better than the VGA sound card that was used in the Quest for Glory game. I couldn't pick that up at all off the microphone. But I'm not playing it, somewhat because I find the PC speaker annoying, and somewhat because there's not too much sound. There certainly isn't continuous music in this game, and certainly nothing to write home about. I think it's the type of music where you just sort of entered the notes, and I don't know exactly how they programmed these games, but I remember programming in Pascal and BASIC and some of those languages that you could just type in the notes and the PC speaker plays the song. And I remember playing things, I don't know about, it was a Navy song, but things similar, very simple songs, just punching the notes, and brings it back, I guess, a few fond memories, but I probably heard enough PC speaker sound for a lifetime, I think. Anyway, we're heading out, and I think we're going to come up to the end of the video, and I probably will kill the video just as we head out. I showed you the stagecoach going out on the ferry, so why not show you the ship going out? I think when we do the Cape, go around the Cape, I probably will cut this out for your benefit, seeing as you don't need to see the same thing twice, but we didn't see it before, so we can see the ship sail from New York. And if you go to the edge of the graveyard, you actually get a shot of this. You can actually see this, and you can look over. And it's kind of just another little detail thing that you can sort of see at least a nearby town or nearby neighborhood. It looks like there's a church there with a steeple and a couple, some houses, and you can see other parts of New York off in the distance, which is kind of neat. and I believe we are going to call it quits. So we'll see you next time.